The liquor, called 刘伶醉, was originated in Wei and Jin dynasties, began in Song and Yuan dynasties, and flourished in Ming and Qing dynasties. The 刘伶醉ancient roast pot is located in Xushui, Baoding, maintaining the brewing techniques of traditional Chinese distilled spirits, which is a national intangible cultural heritage. The fragrant 刘伶醉 liquor is a model of Chinese aromatic liquor. It completely retains the old taste that has not changed for thousands of years, and is a living fossil witnessing the history of Chinese liquor. It also highlights the cultural connotation of Hebei for thousands of years. Xushui has a 1,000-year history of brewing. 刘伶醉 liquor strictly adopts the traditional fifth retort craft. It is carefully brewed through the mud pool in old cellars, solid low temperature, long-term fermentation, slow fire distillation, quality liquor picking, gradient storage, and careful brood. The steps of liquor picking and gradient storage rely not only on the core skills of the master, but also on the inheritance of liquor culture. There are 16 fermentation tanks in the workshop of the ancient roasting pot site, which have been in use since the Jin and Yuan dynasties. The lower the fermentation tank, the longer the fermentation time. The 800 years of brewing sites and traditional crafts are not only unparalleled in cultural taste, but also a rich source of scientific research. In 2004, the Institute of Microbiology of the Chinese Academy of Sciences took samples for directional isolation of bacteria in the fermentation tank, and found that 2 strains of Pediococcus were different from the 8 species reported in the world and might be newly discovered species, as well as 2 strains of Lactobacillus, which might also be the newly discovered new species. This also reflects the age of the fermentation tanks and the process of long-term use from the perspective of biological evolution. The brewing process of 刘伶醉 is a valuable intangible cultural heritage, and it is a well-known China's time-honored brand at home and abroad. Rescuing and protecting the brewing skills of 刘伶醉 is of great significance to the promotion of the national brand and the inheritance of Chinese civilization. Since being acquired by Juli Group in 2010, 刘伶醉 liquor has entered a new stage of development. In 2014, 刘伶醉 Tourism Development Company was established and began to make bold attempts, make full use of its own unique resource advantages to deeply integrate tourism and the National Intangible Cultural Heritage Project, 刘伶醉 liquor traditional skills display, and ultimately promote the healthy development of the Intangible Cultural Heritage Project. Lawns, stone paths, ancient pavilions, verandas, and rockeries. The scenic spot of the sites adopts the architectural style of Huizhou and inherits the story of Liu Ling's drunkenness. In order to actively respond to the call of the country, to better implement the strategic deployment of the Central Party Committee on the integrated development of culture and tourism, and to really do a good job of effective protection and inheritance of national non-heritage projects. In recent years, Liulingzui Brewing Company Limited has deeply explored traditional culture and made full use of national honors and certifications such as National K Cultural Relics Protection Unit, National Intangible Cultural Heritage Representative Eye-Catching List, and National Industrial Cultural Heritage. Relying on the old factory of Liulingzui, vigorously implement the development strategy of plus tourism and achieved good economic and social benefits. Liulingzui Scenic Spot uses the existing position to display and inherit intangible cultural heritage. Culture is the soil of tourism. While expanding the tourism market, we make full use of the production site and display positions of Liulingzui's factory area to display and popularize intangible cultural heritage techniques so that tourists can more intuitively experience the brewing process of liquor and the historical and cultural information it carries, which will not only increase the tourism landscape and enhance social influence, and has also formed a vivid situation in which liquor production and cultural display promote each other and complement each other. If you have time, let us meet at Liulingzui Cultural Tourism Scenic Spot. Enjoy the scenic garden, taste the soft liquor, looking for the intangible heritage marks.